welcome to another episode of Match Analysis. Today we're going to be hopping into the Nightmare series, the Xbox event that I actually host myself, and this time around we're going to be taking a look at Week 1 Top 8. So this was the opening week of the event, had over 120 players sign up. I want to say we honestly didn't even have very many DQs either. We only had like 20 people didn't show up, so triple digits bracket here. And this is the final standing 8. This is in the loser's side of the bracket as well here, and we've got Sully versus DarkElite. DarkElite, without a doubt, one of the best Scarlets around. Sully, a really solid Cetrion player, got his first Nightmare Series victory playing Cassie way back when Aftermath first dropped. And here now, trying to make a move into Joker territory. I've seen Sully even in match analysis a few times with his Joker, and we're going to be taking another look at his Joker today here in this Nightmare Series Top 8. First things first, though, we're going to take a look at the ability builds that players are going with. I think it's a crucial part here, so we're going to obviously, kind of dive into that, see what they're bringing to the table. And for Sully, we've got, I don't want to say the staple Joker build, because there are players that run the crowbar and some of the other tools like the jack-in-the-box on the ground and stuff like that. So this is not necessarily the go-to, but this is one of the primary builds that you'll see. You've got the Kapow here, one of the best combo launchers in the game. It's essentially safe on block. It, on launch, lets you do uppercut combos. Like, it's a big enough pop-up that you can do uppercut optimals, which are great for anti-breakaway, and they still hit for like 35%, which we may end up seeing here. And it's just honestly an all-around really great move, right? It's you don't have to spend the meter early. You can spend the meter after you see it's hitting, where there are some moves that you have to kind of commit, or you can spend the meter on block and kind of lose it. Not the case with Kapow. And then we've got the Jumping Jester to complement that. Jumping Jester is a little bit more of a Oki setup kind of tool. You can, in two ways it works, in that you can end combos with it and have it coming down on an amplify to be pressure on their wake up, and you can also use it for the knockdown that it gives. You'll actually see a lot of Joker players, that's what they choose to end their combo with. The final hit of their combo will be Jumping Jester, and I assume that it's either for damage purposes, or more likely that the hit advantage that they end up getting off of Jumping Jester allows them to set up or at least assess the situation more appropriately than if they went for one of the other knockdowns. So that is what Sully is bringing to the table here with his Joker. And then we've got Scarlet on the other side of the screen. Scarlet, a character that, despite some recent buffs, we haven't really seen an uprising of Scarlet players, if you will. I think the only Scarlet players that we're really seeing of prominence are players that have been Scarlet players all along. DarkElite was a Scarlet player early on. He did kind of move away from the character when she was struggling, but is now back that she's got some buffs. And then Twixie is another Scarlet player that played the entire time, even through without the buffs, still being able to do it. So Scarlet is, in a lot of people's opinions, solid now, but there hasn't been this big migration of players back over to her. It's just really been the diehards that have stuck it out. So DarkElite, definitely one of those number 1 or 2 on the Scarlet list, repping Scarlet in the Pyramid of Power. Really talented Scarlet play here, and his build, Boiling Point, probably her best damage move. Red Rain is going to be something that you can set up for free after Boiling Point, so it's a bit of a utility move. And they've got the Blood Port for mobility. Really, really strong set of tools here. The Red Rain is the only thing I could maybe say you could afford to swap out. If the matchup isn't going well, or you're not able to get that Red Rain out consistently, then that would be something that you might want to consider leaving behind and maybe grabbing a different thing, like if you needed the parry, for example. But we'll see what ends up happening here as we dive into this one. Have the brackets for tomorrow been posted? They have not been posted just yet because signups haven't closed. Crazy. So when the signups close like an hour before, then that's when the brackets kind of get posted, because that's when they'll start to be seeded. Because people can still sign up, and then they'll move the brackets around. So if people start preparing for matches now, those might not be the matches they actually get. But let's go ahead and press play on this one and hop in here. Sully versus DarkElite. So the first thing, of course, that we like to take a look at here is what are these players going to do. Now, my prediction here, given what the characters on screen, DarkElite is going to be backing away. Granted, I've seen this before, so I maybe already know, but I still could get it wrong. I'm not dumb. So DarkElite is likely going to be trying to back away because he's going to want to establish a zoning game. DarkElite likes to zone with Scarlet. Joker is not necessarily a character that blatantly shuts it down anyway, so I would expect to see Scarlet going for zoning, and it's going to be up to Sully to try to prevent that. So yeah, immediately backing away. Sully, not as strong of a backup. I think he did take a little bit of a step back, but for the most part, Sully's playing a character that needs to be closer. Sully does not compete, particularly with Scarlet, at this range. So Sully is not necessarily interested in playing a full keep-out game. Maybe if he has a big life lead, he'd be willing to, but for the most part, Sully is going to maybe be hesitant to be aggressive right away, but ultimately his goal is going to be getting in. And as you can see now, dashing in, looking to close that gap, and immediately DarkElite gets the zoning going. And like this tongue, it's a mid, you have to deal with it. And the best tool that Sully's going to have will be that jumping jester, or that jack-in-the-box that he sends across the screen. But it's not a great tool. You can see Scarlet had enough time to put a blood tongue up and still block it. It doesn't clear the space as effectively as a projectile that threatens it. And the thing, too, to consider also is the bat projectile that he shoots, just a normal projectile, has a very small hitbox, right? The bullet travels straight across the line. This is the animation for Blood Tongue. She ducks a little bit. She will duck the bullet. You won't even get the trade. So you have to be careful if you're trying to shoot with Joker's bat in general. Like if they have any kind of lowering of their hitbox during their projectile, the bat shot will not hit it. But here we go. This is going to be damage in the corner. Now he can't go for uppercut opties here in the corner because it'll do a reverse uppercut and uppercut his opponent out of the corner. So what he has to do is a standing 4 combo, but he's still going to get respectable damage here. Look at that, 355. That's more than I think maybe even the uppercut combo that they end up doing even does. DarkElite hangs on to the defensive meter though, or he actually didn't have it for a breakaway. He does get it back at the end, and he'll spend it on a roll. So immediate roll, looking to use that meter. And there's that teleport getting him out of trouble. And that teleport is surprisingly quick from Scarlet. You do have to be careful. This is a big jump in here for Sully. So clean here, too. So, DarkElite, he's teleporting to get himself out of the corner, and I don't think this is necessarily the only... Like, he doesn't... Neither one of these players... Well, I guess, yeah, neither one of them wants to be cornered. Scarlet does good stuff in the corner as well. So, I think... But DarkElite has the better mobility to control where they're at. He's going to be controlling the pace in terms of how quickly Sully can move in because of all the zoning, and because of the teleport, he'll be able to control where he's at. Like this is going to be a case where Sully needs to lock down a character that is particularly difficult to do so, and the tools he brings to the table are not necessarily good at either. So here's the uppercut combo. Doesn't get the second uppercut afterward, but I mean, that's going to be kind of how it goes for Sully. Sully's going to want to get in. Every time he gets in, he's going to hit him for 35%, and he just needs to get in 3 times, essentially. And DarkElite is looking to just keep the clown away from him. Do not let Sully in under any circumstance. And that's exactly what he's able to do here. So he's slowly able to whittle away the health before Sully's able to hit him one more time. Because if Sully would have hit him one more time, look at this, 316, Stone Cold is not saving you here. Like, you are still dead from a Joker combo. The uppercut by itself we saw earlier was 317. Just the normal kapow launcher into uppercut was 317. So this is not enough to survive off of when Joker's on the table. And Joker has all the meter in the world. So smart for DarkElite to just demand that the clown stay away from him. And this is how I play Joker as well. Wow, did I literally just say the same exact thing in the past? Holy shit, hold on.
This is how I fight Joker as well.
No fucking way. Oh, man. Alright, well, maybe I shouldn't analyze my own fucking footage, because this is getting eerie now. Alright. I don't want to be anywhere near the clown. I want to be far away from the clown. Ooh, misses the uppercut opti again there. I mean, he's still getting respectable damage, though. If you look at it, it's like 270 almost. So good numbers there. And there's that teleport from DarkElite here, right? DarkElite has ran out of real estate to run away with. And DarkElite's game plan is going to be escape. Keep him away from me and escape. So as soon as he finds himself cornered, even before Sully is bearing down on him, right? Sully's not in yet, but he's playing Scarlet. He's got defensive meter. Sully hasn't been able to catch him, so he's willing to even spend the defensive meter he's got here to do the far teleport. And now he can start to run away. In fact, he's conditioned his opponent so much that he will run away, catches him with an opening, and defense is gone from both of them now. Back and then right back to backing out. xDarkElite is being a little more aggressive here, though. He's got a round to spare, right? When you've won round one, you can afford to be a little aggressive. It's obviously better to just take it quick 2-0, but, you know, sometimes it works out. Wow, what a smart play there from xDarkElite. xDarkElite has not been, like, going for any kind of breakaway here. You see that part of it might be because he knows he's up against Joker, and Joker's got all these uppercut optimal combos that breaking away doesn't really save you much anyway, so you might as well just take the 35 and have access to your other defensive options like roll and get up attack instead of spending your defensive meter and then still taking 30% damage and now not having those. So I think that's xDarkElite's game plan for the most part, is that's why we haven't seen much breakaway. And now saving that defensive meter allows him to get out of this setup here that Sully's going for the kill here. Like, if Sully continues at this pace, if this hits him, if he's got no defensive meter and is forced to block this because he broke away earlier, this could be really bad. But he's got the get-up attack, so he's able to just get right through it. And now the thing is that Sully needs to worry about is he has put xDarkElite into Fatal Blow range, and Scarlet is one of the hardest hitting Fatal Blows in the game. Joker's the same way. In fact, both of these characters can hit like 42-43% for a string into Fatal Blow that you can't break away from. You're just dead when it happens. So very deadly characters to push to this health threshold. But, I mean, in this case, xDarkElite is in the health threshold where he can now kill Sully. And, I mean, technically, Sully has the same on his opponent, right? But he doesn't have the Fatal Blow for the cancel utility and the other stuff that he can do with it. But all Sully needs is one little hit, and it's still over. And there it is. He's able to clean it up. Quick snag with that crowbar. Finds its mark. But, I mean, still a very, you know, tense situation that could have been, because it really was xDarkElite just looking for hit confirms into Fatal Blow.
Time for xDarkElite. Extended damage 26% in the blocks for Sully.
Ooh, this is big. Saving that crushing blow for later.
And uses it after the down two. Nah, that had not been on purpose. Again, more damage to xDarkElite. Trying to create a space with Starlight's the best way to really play that character. No defense bar.
Look at this uppercut opti too. Look, see, now he's able to get the full combo too. 32%. I don't even know if that was full, but that was still a little bit more damage than he was getting earlier. So very nicely done there. And because he's able to do that, he's still in this fight, right? xDarkElite's been slowing it down, running away. But every time Sully finds the openings, he's able to get him. But here's the risk of it, right? This 4-4 into Fatal Blow. There's nothing that can be done about this. The damage output on this, 45% right there. That was just it. He didn't even, like, he didn't break away. It wasn't an armor break or any weird, like, reset on that. Just 45% for a string into Fatal Blow, and it is guaranteed. You have to be very, very careful when you push Scarlet into Fatal Blow territory.
45% would have been even more.
So xDarkElite is going to go ahead and secure that first game. But at the same time, Sully was also in that similar range. They both had Fatal Blow on deck, so either one of them could have done it to the other. And xDarkElite is the first one to draw the blood there. So then we move into game number 2 here, and Sully sticks to his guns. So we do not end up seeing a variation change here from Kapow and Jumping Jester still on the table here for him. That is the build that he's going to go with, and I believe he doesn't change at all in this set. I have a memory of Cassie Cage being in Red Rain, but that might be something different. That might have been Pools or something. So I believe that this is going to be Joker all the way here from Sully. He's really looking to pick up, and I don't blame him. So, this character is so good. Joker is so powerful. Lots of zoning coming in here from xDarkElite, and if you look at, like, he's working on a flawless right now, but what are the hits that he gets here, right? He hits him with a blood spurt. Okay, he gets him with 2 blood spurts, so 2 projectiles have hit, and then he's got the low into the projectile, but it's not any big combos, right? He's just kind of slowly whittling away his health, and he's already got him to, 35% of that health is missing. There's an interactable to connect as well. So xDarkElite hasn't even launched his opponent once, and already 60% of the health is gone. The thing is, though, if Sully finds a opening at all, he's going to kind of answer back in the same way where he's clipping him for 35%, no problem. Big throw here. Fatal Blow wasn't canceled, so no KB on that here. Ooh, this could be big. Now, there is still Breakaway, but as we've noted, DarkElite hasn't been spending Breakaway. He has not been using it. He's saving that defensive meter for literally anything else, and that anything else includes interactables here. So he decides to go for the interactable to run off of the pillar. Now, because he does the kick version of it, he doesn't actually get out of the corner. He ends up just kind of keeping himself cornered, but he's also playing Scarlet, so he can kind of teleport out whenever he wants, if that's how he decides to deal with it. You know what's going on, Hijinks? I thought about it. I thought about putting the stomps in the analysis docket. And there we go. There's the hit confirmed straight into the Fatal Blow. And it's going to be similar story from Joker. Just huge numbers on the kill here. 39%. Ooh, big launch. This is a good start here. Punch, punch, punch. And there's the first breakaway from DarkElite this whole set, actually. This is the first time he's done that. He goes for a breakaway. And the thing is Sully has stuck to his guns. Sully's go-to combo is uppercut after kapow. And if you break away, whatever. I still get 26%. If you don't break away, I have the potential to crank it up to mid-30s afterward. So really, really strong sort of even approach, because Sully is going for damage that is guaranteed to him, which means he only needs to open up and get in on DarkElite so many times, and then it's just over. It's a maximum of 4 times, especially if a breakaway comes out during one of them. But will DarkElite let him get those 4 times here? Okay, here's another opening, going to be a kapow here. So this is going to be the second opening here for Sully. Ooh, and that's a dropped combo. I think he could still do it in 2, though. He could still do it in the next 2, but he's got to find them. And now it's going to need to turn into 3 once that defensive meter comes back. Okay, here's number 3. He just goes for straight up uppercut. There's the approach, but I mean, it turns into just 1 more opening is all that Sully needs to find. But it's not going to happen there, as DarkElite had the crushing blow queued up. So now Sully's back to square one. He's got to get 3 to 4 openings here if he's going to get the kill. But Sully's got to get those 3 to 4 openings, and DarkElite's just staying away. Here's another big opening, though, for Sully. So here's opening number 1, 33%. Not bad. And now DarkElite is just going to slow the pace down. He's got the clown on the other end of the screen. He has no intention of letting him get in to get those next 2 openings he needs to finish this job here. Backing away. Okay, here's the opening number 2. There is no breakaway to stop this either. Sully, 1 more left to go. Yo, what's going on, Outplayed You? 1 more opening for Sully, and he'll get this. DarkElite just backing away, but here's the thing. DarkElite now, Fatal Blow available here. So he honestly only needs to do about 10% more damage, because we saw what it did. 45% were the numbers we were looking at there from DarkElite. He only needs 1 hit or a little bit more, and once Sully is under 45%, he is also in the danger zone. Alright, 47, and there it is. Now both players are on the brink of death. Isn't that wild? And he's dead right here. Like, all he needed to do was start to whittle him down past a certain point. This is right above it. And now it's over in 1 touch. And this is what DarkElite's looking for, right? DarkElite has no defensive meter left. He's got 1 health, not 1%. 1 health. That is 0.1%. He has nothing left in the tank. Well, not nothing. There's a little bit left. Teleports himself out of the corner here when he goes for the Batsy Poo. It's not a good tool in Joker's arsenal. It just isn't. It's slow on recovery. It shoots really high, and DarkElite was ready, and this is death. And now even a breakaway, we see it happen. It's just you just get opened up. I think it even does more damage now than the 45. I guess we'll find out, because there's like weird stuff that happens when it's early. That's that early. So yeah, it actually does less damage on that one because of the breakaway.
That's the thing you want to clip. That's how you want to advertise yourself for that. I mean, hey, you just gotta
But
Scarlet in the gauntlet,
I mean,
so
that's the deadliness of Fatal Blow. That is it's a tried and true comeback mechanic. And you know, I've been playing Rain lately, and it's a very similar story where like once you push me into Fatal Blow territory, if I catch you with certain hits, it doesn't matter if you have 45% health, if you have 50% health, I can kill you if I've got certain resources stocked up. I've been playing with the Rift. That Crushing Blow guarantees a Fatal Blow after, and I can use that wherever I want, almost. So it's pretty tight. It's very, very deadly, and Scarlet is definitely one of those characters, explosive damage. Now, Joker is also in that category. His Fatal Blow hits for a ton. He's also got access to Fatal Blow Cancel, one of the few characters with it, and the throw that he gets afterward is insane. No, in that case, if he because he did the breakaway, he got hit with a little less damage, but it still wasn't enough to save him, unfortunately. And if he didn't break away, it would have done 45%. So it did 2% less damage because he did the breakaway. But if it was way later in a combo, he would have taken more damage from it. It's only because it was so early in the combo that he did the breakaway that it ended up actually still reducing the damage. Because it was right, like basically as soon as he got launched off of 2 hits only. Because scaling is applied on each, for the number of hits and stuff like that. Look at that damage, though. It's a free red range setup. Still gets hit because he was trying to push buttons afterward. But now xDarkElite's gotten really aggressive. Ooh, not quite enough to kill, but he's confident that he can shut this one down. But here's that cancel. Not safe in the corner here, though. So, I mean, xDarkElite was on full aggression here. And Sully, when he finally does get his turn, he goes for something that is typically safe for Joker, but in the corner, the pushback is not quite as big, and xDarkElite is able to punish it. And by the way, the move that he punished that was like a 13-frame move, so that is quite negative. You have plenty of time. It's the pushback that gets you, so if you do find yourself cornered, definitely make sure you're swinging to punish that move. And here's these uppercut opties. Look at that, 35% able to still sneak that jumping jester there in the end. Yo, what's going on, Dragon Power? Backing away, teleports out, and this game plan here for xDarkElite was I need to get out of the corner. Like he's the positioning here is he's not very far away from the corner, so when he swings with this, he doesn't care if it's hitting or not. The intention right now is to get out of the corner. He's also doing far teleport because on block that's still somewhat safe. He still is able to somewhat get away with that and not take a big risk. So that is absolutely what xDarkElite does. Sully has already gotten in. He's already gotten his hit and a half. I mean, 47%, that is 2 more touches. That's all that it's going to take for Sully to shut this one down. And there's no defensive meter to get out of it left either because he just spent it on the teleport. So he does have to keep Sully off of him. And I mean, that's what Scarlet does, though. This character is built for keep away. Thank you so much for the follow as well, Dragon Power. Swinging, trying to find an opening here. xDarkElite is really just looking to find any kind of hit to keep his opponent away, and he's doing a lot of safe staggers. He's not taking any big risks and finishing punishable strings or going for projectiles on block that are super unsafe. He's actually doing the ones that are like the blood ball. If you block it, it's fine. Good duck there by Sully, but even then, still able to recover in time. That interactable is so good though. xDarkElite is like the best with interactables. See, that was a big risk. I'm surprised that Sully didn't get the punish there. And because Sully has Fatal Blow right here, if Sully would have caught him right here with Fatal Blow, he would have been dead. Because he would have gone for Crushing Blow off of this string right here. And then into Fatal Blow, it would have been over. But unfortunately not able to find the mark on that one. He does get an opening here. And there's still no defensive meter to stop this. So Sully just going to go full big-time damage. 43% on that. Now, he did a Fatal Blow cancel, so he couldn't have ended it with bigger damage with a Fatal Blow there. And he doesn't have, like, the crowbar Crushing Blow because he's got Kapow, etc. So that was really where it was going to peter out anyway, but really, really nice damage there. And then he goes for this jump setup here, trying to catch him on the way down, and absolutely able to do so. Let's see what was xDarkElite going for. The camera ends up following him up there. Oh, xDarkElite wasn't pushing anything there. xDarkElite may have even anticipated that he was dead. Perhaps, you know, he might have been like, oh shit, I'm already dead. But nonetheless, gets hit on the way down, and Sully is able to find himself on the board. Ooh, and here's that Crushing Blow I was talking about. It now gets to make an appearance, and this here from Sully is the first shift in combo route that we've seen, but there's a reason for it. This is Now, what we've typically seen from Sully is uppercut combo, right? Sully launches you with the kapow, uppercut time. But because he's in the corner, an uppercut here and now would launch you out of the corner. He hits you with an uppercut, you go over here. That's not what he wants. But he is still keeping in mind that this is anti-breakaway time. So he does go for a combo involving the Jack-in-the-Box and trying to go for the armor break. Doesn't actually end up working out, but he still recovers in time to bait out the get-up attack from DarkElite afterward. But there's the teleport from DarkElite to get out of it. Like, that teleport is ever present. She's so hard to lock down when that's in the kit. And for a character that's so good at running away and whittling you down once she gets out, access to a teleport to further facilitate that, very, very powerful. I wouldn't say a mandatory ability, but matchup dependent, definitely you're going to want it. Like, there are certain matchups where just being able to just get the fuck away from me is such a great button. But, I mean, this is what Sully's got to do. He's got to get in a few times. That's time number 2, I think. Let's see if he can finish the job. One more opening here is all he needs. Now, this string is plus, and right now DarkElite is just fishing for Fatal Blow. And he did it 3 times in a row. Right here, plus, and Sully's he's just patient. Plus again, just patience. Plus again, just patience. That first hit is a high, so he could poke underneath it, but, you know, if something else comes out instead of more a high, then he doesn't want to get opened up because DarkElite is currently fishing for a hit confirm into Fatal Blow. That's how he won the previous games. That's how he's looking to do it here as well. There's the cancel, and he gets caught going for the crushing blow here. Sully was trying to win the game on this one, absolutely. The Fatal Blow cancel that he does right here is going to enable a crushing blow that would have done 30% and killed. And he goes for it. He tries to take the big risk, and DarkElite was blocking up until that. If you look, we can slow the time down here. If you look, DarkElite was... Oh man, this is going to be a while. Hold on. DarkElite was blocking right up until. This is him letting go of block, and this is the startup of Joker's throw coming out. Like, DarkElite perfectly timed this duck underneath the throw, and then just straight up chin check for the victory, and it's over. Yo, what's going on, Ghetto Car? And then double uppercut is enough to kill. There was still defensive meter available to break away from that if he wanted to try, but, you know, the uppercut was going to guarantee the damage needed for the kill, and that allows DarkElite to take it 3-0 over Sully. And, I mean, Sully's playing Joker, what many consider, myself included, a top 5 character. That character is so strong, and, you know, Sully was not able to just get in on DarkElite. DarkElite made it look like, despite the tools of that character, a character that is considered by many lower in the tier list, at minimum lower in the tier list, wasn't able to get the victory because he did a good job of keeping it out. And I think that just goes to show the balance of the game as well. You know, the lower characters can compete and contend with some of those stronger characters, and DarkElite does a great job of making that work in his favor. But that's going to do it for this episode here of Match Analysis for the Nightmare series. This is, of course, the Xbox tournament, so if you got an Xbox and a Wire, make sure you're getting signed up for those. You're going to be able to sign up at smash.gg/dreammk. That's the sign-up link for this. If you have an Xbox, you can go ahead and get in on that. And, you know, definitely make sure you guys are getting involved with that event as well. I have an absolute blast running it, and happy to see all the people that we've had available and coming through within the community so far and growing for the Xbox players. But that being said, you guys have a great one, and we'll see you on the next episode.